Hi, my name is Sheila Willis of Impact Tourism, the developer of the History Check mobile app. Welcome to History Bytes, your daily dose of Alberta Historical Trivia. Brought to you in partnership with Belt Drive Betty Media and the Canadian Motorcycle Tourism Association. You can register to answer the questions for a shot to win prizes, or just take the quiz to satisfy your own brain power. Either way, we're excited to see how much of Alberta's history you really know. And yesterday's question was, in October 1919, Henrietta Daugherty of Hythe was arrested for murdering her husband. Where was the body buried? A, in the root cellar, B, in the garden, or C, in the forest? And the answer is A, in the root cellar. Now before we get started, I have to tell you that this story has enough twists and turns to rival a corkscrew. Most of it has come from the newspaper accounts of the day. It all starts on May 28th of 1919 when John Francis Daugherty, also known as Jack, goes missing. His wife, Henrietta, had a different version of where he might be depending on whom she was talking to. She wrote to her mother-in-law telling her that he had drowned. To others, she said he was working in another part of the country, and others yet that he had gone back to St. Louis, Missouri. There was enough double talk going on that Constable John Sullivan of the Alberta Provincial Police had growing suspicions. He approached Henrietta, posing as a cattle buyer, and over a period of time, developed a relationship with the accused. She had originally told Sullivan that her husband had gone to other parts of the country, but eventually told him, and I quote, "I really believe Jack may be dead and he may be buried in the cellar." Well, that bit of news prompted a trip to Beaver Lodge by Sullivan, where he obtained a search warrant and returned back to the Daughertys along with Corporal McLean to start digging in the cellar. The earlier accounts say that they found him under the vegetables with the top of his head blown off, and later accounts say that he was struck foully in the back of the head. It was suspected that water was used to tamp the mud around the body because the body was so well preserved, enough so that the police had the couple's son identify it at the scene. Not only was Henrietta arrested, but so was a neighbor. His name, of which 4 spellings are given, was Sam Drosick or something similar. Both were placed under arrest and taken to Grand Prairie based on an inquest at the scene of the crime. There was a lot of finger-pointing going on, and the trial included a teacher or principal at the Spirit River School, Cyrus Sutherland. They accused him of writing the letters in Jack's handwriting, and that Henrietta had tried to have them sent to her, from various parts of the country, so she could use them to cover up the crime. In less than 2 weeks, the charges against Cyrus Sutherland were dismissed, though. Eventually, Henrietta took responsibility, well, for this anyways, and exonerated Sam Drosick as well, saying that she acted in self-defense. She added that the poisoning of the family, for which she had spent 5 years in the Missouri State Prison, was Jack's idea, and that he had also buried a John Winnichuk, who had been murdered in the Hythe district 18 months prior. According to the papers, after 2 hours of deliberation, the jury found her guilty of manslaughter, and the judge sentenced her to 20 years in prison. And tomorrow's question is, the Iron Creek meteorite was taken to which province before being returned to Alberta? Is it A, Saskatchewan, B, Manitoba, or C, Ontario? Come back tomorrow for the answer and the story that goes along with it, and we'll load you up with the next day's question. Enjoy!